Hello, my name is Robyn and I will be making a silverware organizer and a vacuum former.
In my current silverware organizer, not all of my spoons fit. There was also not enough slots for the different types of cutlery. I would like a silverware organizer with slots for the spoons, forks, small forks, table knives, and chopsticks. For the redesign, I first measured the width and the length of my drawer. Next, I tried out some different silverware layouts to see which one I liked the best. Then I outlined the general shape of the slots, measured them, and transferred them into a CAD model. The height of the silverware organizer isn't too tall since I don't own a lot of silverware. I wanted the design to be compact with no extra slots. This was the final design chosen. For the design for manufacturing, I needed to find the best way to manufacture both the vacuum former and the silverware organizer. The vacuum former was made out of wood since it is easy to cut and readily available. The holes are designed to be cut easily by common wood cutting tools. The silverware organizer was made from a thin plastic sheet since this will melt in the oven easier. The thin plastic will also conform to the mold on the vacuum former well. The material of the sheets that were prototyped were ABS and styrene, since they are both fairly easy to heat and they are not toxic. The mold was made from natural clay as this material is easy to obtain and it is easy to manipulate. The clay will also not burn when touching heated plastic. On to the manufacturing. For the vacuum former, I bought wood at Home Depot and used their tools to cut them to length. Next, I measured the holes I wanted and drilled them out. The top holes are for the vacuum forming process, and the bottom is for the vacuum hose. I could not situate the vacuum hose hole on the side as I was using thin side walls. This means that the vacuum former box will need to be situated on two posts so the hose has easy access to the hole. The sides were attached with a nail gun and tape was added for better sealing. Next, the mold was made. Clay was shaped, then carved to reflect the negative space in the CAD model. Fun fact, if you don't own a rolling pin, just use a wine bottle. Once the mold was complete, it was placed on top of the vacuum former. A frame was made with some of the leftover wood, and the frame pieces were attached with screws. Once a plastic sheet was placed in the frame, prototyping could begin. An ABS sheet was heated in the oven until it started to bow, then the vacuum former was turned on and the sheet was placed on the mold. As you can see, the first design didn't turn out too well. This could be due to a few different reasons. The ABS sheet was fairly thick, the mold was too tall, the mold had small spacing in between, and the vacuum former was not wide enough to get an effective seal. A thinner sheet of styrene was tried next to see if it would form better. While this did form slightly better, it still left issues as the mold was too high. Next, the mold height was shaved in half to ideally get a better final product. This one worked, however, since the clay had dried, the finished product was not very smooth. While I could have gone back and remade the vacuum former, this silverware organizer met my basic needs. This is the final product. My new silverware organizer fits all of my utensils easily, however, it is not very smooth. If I were to do this again, I would design the vacuum former to be wider, the spaces in between the mold to be wider, and the vacuum former to be thicker. Despite these faults, I am still excited to use my silverware organizer, and I am now the proud owner of a vacuum former. With this, I can, and have, vacuum formed some random things just for fun. Thanks for watching.